There's like a lot of mids to blind. There's not really a best one. There's like a lot to pick. As long as you're not blind picking an assassin, you're usually fine. If you blind pick a mage, you're chilling. Like if I'm really trying to win and I'm blind picking, I'll just like go blind pick like a Nivea. I'll go blind pick Oriana. Maybe I'll blind Rise because people don't really play a Nivea. So there's not many counters to Rise outside of like a Nivea and Cassio really. But I'm confident I can win Cassio matchup. Can always blind Victor. It's never wrong to blind Victor really. Talia is usually a fine blind too. I can win every Talia matchup easily. I'm gonna play real champs when I get this counter Chal. Yeah, I mean Syndra's good into Rise, sure, but doesn't mean that you lose to Syndra. Yeah, I watched the Kali Lol Dobby vid. I was thinking like if there's a way to do that on Katarina, but I don't think there is. If you guys don't know, like there's a strat you can do with a Kali. I'm not sure if it's actually viable in like the highest of tiers, like in Challenger. But there's people that do it in like Master and GM in Korea. Where they go ignite a Kali with Nimbus Cloak, Scorch, Secondary, Electrocute, Sun Impact, obviously. And they walk up to you level 1, and they Q you, and then they ignite you, and they auto you. And they do like 300 damage level 1. And because of how early they ignite you and fight you, right? Their ignite is back up by level 5. So then they have ignite again at level 6 when they all in you with ults. So I was thinking like, okay, maybe you could do it with Katarina if you start E, but the reality is you'll lose the trade way too hard. If you start E and you E auto-ignite with Scorch and everything, it's like, you kind of just fucking lose so much HP because you're not playing a Kali, right? Just difference. Yeah, I don't think it's really a strat you can do on this champ. I think it's only a Kali. That's not good. Alright, I gotta lock in, I guess. My laner has a kill. Doesn't have bone plane. There's no reason to Q him level 1. He'll just out heal it. It's hard to farm though. You have to tank 1 Q at least to get XP. Usually. Unless he backs off like this for me. Nice. I got all 3. He didn't actually recall though after getting that kill, which is good for me. Actually, it's bad because he's gonna get such an item spike. Auto Q? No? My champ is completely gapped in 1v1, so I can't really fight him to get stat checked. But I'm playing so passive. I wish I could play aggressive, but I know I'll just lose. Yeah, see? Every trade will be like that. If I can't dodge the E, which is pretty unlikely, like it's not realistic to dodge the E, that will always happen if I jump on him. That's like really the only trade angle I can have is where I bounce my Q up a minion and then I E onto him. And I just coin flip dodge. So this matchup is mostly just about surviving until I have like first or second base. And luckily he went TP instead of Ignite, so it's going to be a lot easier to survive this. What? I just have to go take the L and die to Nollis. Right click down. What the fuck was that? Oh my god, I got it.
아군이 당했습니다. 적을 처치했습니다.
Then it's 6 here. That's sad. What? What the fuck is Kai'Sa doing here? I could definitely extend that fight if Kai'Sa's not there. But their 80 carry is there, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Nice. We warded the exact same time. Literally the exact frame in the same spots. Wait, that's some mid-jungle synergy, no? That's some mid-jungle synergy right there. With the same brain. We both lane warded. What are the odds of this? The exact same time. We're just both too good of a player. I don't know what to tell you. Katevolved carried by jungler again. What do you think my champ does, bro? Let me ask this question. Do you think I can win by myself with my character? Look, I bait him. He's gonna kill himself. No? Oh. Look, I bait. See? I bait for my team. Play the game, you have zero confidence. Bro, I don't do damage. Maybe if my champ did damage, I would have confidence. Like, I don't know how to explain this. When you're playing Katarina, it's like being 100 pounds and you're hopping into a ring with prime Mike Tyson. Right? Of course you're not gonna have confidence, bro. Of course you're not. I already know he's gonna fucking bite my ear, no? Like, I'm cooked. I'm cooked, bro. That's why I have to like bait them to like fall over. That's how you win. With Katarina, you don't beat your opponent by fighting them. You beat them by outsmarting them and making them fall over. If they trip, then you can rip them a new one, you know? But if they don't trip, you just lose. Look at that bait. See? I made them trip. I made the Akali trip because he thought I would E in, so he took the E. Because if he doesn't take the E, he's useless there, right? I made him trip. See? He's skipping camps to go bots. Or if I just run bot lane here, the wave's slow pushing towards me. I'm gonna run bot. No ulti. Double flash. Oh, this is double kill for me. I still lose 1-1 to Akali? I mean, yeah, you do. But it's okay. This is most matchups. Like, who cares? I now have the AP and the damage for my team to want to come help me. So, like, yes, of course, I still lose 1v1 to Akali. When you're playing Katarina and high elo, you should never expect to beat your opponent 1v1. No matter how fed you get. Unless I have, like, 4 items right now. Sure, I can beat him. Okay, Akali ult. Huge. That's before Drake as well. Massive. My Graves made them trip, so we win. Ice is middle. What? Alright. Well, I can just base now and get my Jais plus alternator. If Kaisa walks up, I'm gonna jump on him here. Massive. Massive getting that ulti. I'm gonna fast base for Majais plus alternator. I'll get back to this fight ASAP. I'm gonna run bot lane from base. Probably might fight me here. Yeah, I mean, had to bait him. I knew he would E here. GG. Good jungle. Like, Graves is good. He knows how to play with Katarina. He actually like came mids and fought. I mean, played that game really well. He just came mids. That's all you need. Look, I'll show you replay. I like to do this because show people where the game changes. Because you can easily have these kind of Katarina games where you just do nothing at all and you can't do anything. But then you can have these ones too. It's like polar opposite. And it's usually just dependent on what your team does for you. And obviously it's still like up to what you can do. So like in my matchup, my mindset going into this is I know Akali gaps me every second of the game. Even if I have like 5 kills, for example, Akali beats you 1v1 if they play it right. Like, you can never be on the aggressive. That's the issue, right? Or it's not really the issue, but that's just Katarina. Like, if I am ever, even if I'm 5-0 and Akali is 0-0, if I play aggressive and I'm jumping on him first, I will lose every single time. It's crazy, right? So, because they'll just E and then ulti and everything, and I get gapped damage-wise. I get stat checked. So, I already know in this game that my lane phase is also horrendous compared to Akali. So, he will get pushed if he wants, and he can fight me whenever he wants too. So, my game plan going into this is try to bait his Q. That way I can get space, right? So you'll see at some point in this game, I start to bait his Q by like kind of tethering at the range of it. And if he wastes his Q, then I have a little bit of space to maybe get 1 minion, right? I maybe have space to get like 1 minion. So you're trying to bait his spells, not to take trades with him, but to farm. This is an example of pretty much the only trade pattern you can do into Akali if they're playing the matchup properly, which he is. This is the only trade pattern you can do. And obviously it goes wrong for me because I can't dodge the E. But it's still a coin flip. And I'll later show you I'll later on show you the same trade pattern, but it actually works in my favor this time because I can dodge the E. Right? So this is like the only trade pattern you can do, which is where you Q the minions and it bounces onto him, which means the dagger lands right next to him, and you E auto, pick up the dagger, and hopefully you dodge the E, and then you can shumpo back. Right? But I couldn't dodge the E, so I just lose like fucking 500 HP, and I only deal around 200 damage. So now it's like really cooked for me. Yeah, I keep on like standing back, just farming minions. What can you do, really? This was good for me. He walks up here, and my jungle is gonna hover here, right? My jungle is gonna hover me here and allow me to play the game. We also know Xin Zhao's bot side. I'm pretty sure we have info on this. So no Shroud. The moment I see him, I QEW, right? I pick up the daggers. And we know he has no flash from level 1. And he has no Shroud now. So we see Xin Zhao here. So I can keep on chasing him, right? I know he has no E, no W. He only has enough energy for 1 Q, which I'm not going to die to 1 Q. So I can E onto him and wait for my spells, use my ignites, and just hope my Graves can kill, right? Which he does. Xin Zhao, W almost lands. I could have maybe just E'd like this, but I got the reset at the same time he W'd, so it was scary, so I just flashed immediately. Plus now I have the Shumpo to go back here. I can play with him. This is really well played from my Graves. I could have went so wrong. I have to die here because of the TP. But now it's really strong for me, right? This is such a, like, even though I'm down 15 CS, this is kind of a given. Especially if you go Ignite when they have TP. I'm going to go down 15 CS no matter what. It's just, it is what it is. But because of this early play, now I can recall for where I can respawn with Doran's Ring, Amtome, and Boots. So now I'm like in a pretty good spot. I have like, what, 72 AP? I have a little bit more wave clear. I can trade with him. I think shortly you're going to see a trade pattern that goes well for me. This is the same exact trade pattern I did earlier, but now it works for me. Because he walks up like this with no Shroud for a little bit. And again, I can Q the minion, the dagger will bounce on his head, and I can EW. Look, see? I know it's going to bounce to him, because he walked up to Q. So I EW. I use the move speed to run into him, so I dodge the E pretty much. Double dagger, E out, and it's like good trade for me. Katarina? What do I just get an LP for free here? There's a lot of setups you can do into Katarina. I like this one personally. Maybe this is better. It's just rough because there's so many spells in the sorcery tree or runes in the sorcery tree you want. That's why most people they go airy, right? It's not because you get the airy, but because you get Nimbus, you get this, and you get this, which are like super good for you. But if you go electrocute into Katarina, a champion's really good to go electrocute into. You have to take this, and it's like whatever. But then secondary, it's like what do you take really? If I really wanted to, I could go this instead. But if I go no flash, the Jarvan fucks me this game, no? I should play normal. And do this. If they didn't have, like, Gwen, Jarvan, Alistar, I would go my electrocute setup, right? I'm some random Korean mid and tell him to go home. I always like doing the second option. Because he can't see my name, because I have stream mode on, you know? Look, 5 CS Katarina. Jarvan level 2 gank top. Oh shit, you started our Reds. I need to push fast to get level 3.
In darkness, I am truly alive.
I mean, I had a ghost there.
I shall leave this place in ruin.
That was a really bad W from me, no?
This is my realm.
What? Yeah, enjoy going base here, Katarina. Just know my junglers would never do this for me in this matchup. Just know they would never do this for me. Well, Katarina is down a chill 17 CS by herself. And this is what you do first back in this matchup. You just get Lucidity Boots. Boot Rush is super important. You get to space the daggers. And you might be like, what if I just go Swiftly Boots? That's more for like ranged matchups. Like in this matchup, you want CDR. Look, I hold wave. Look, I Q. You think he's having fun right now? Rather be nah, no place I'd rather be. You enjoying? Good trade, bro. For sure I won't just zone you now from this. I can use my ult like this. And it's good. I go push again.
No one commands me.
Nice gank, guys. Good gank. Oh shit, I didn't E. Alright, we're good. I can't save for plates. I have to move to this, no? It's bad for me, but I have to. It's gonna turn goods. Nice, nice. We stalled long enough. I mean, that's why it's bad for me, is because the Katarina will always come here and get 1 kill, and I know this. But it works for us, so I'm happy. I get more stats with Cosmic, and I'm versing Katarina. I think Cosmic is genuinely better. Versus Katarina, you deal too much damage anyways, so just build haste and movement speeds. You beat this champ by slowly beating her down, and this is like the best item for that. I know people are gonna be like, but Horizon Focus, Rocket Belt, Storm Surge. Like, yeah, it's cool, right? That's chill. Chill items. However, I'm versing Katarina, so there are items that are just a lot better. We played a stat checker, not to like one shot. We're gonna one shot anyways at 2 items. If our Q is always up, she can never go in. That's what you're playing for. Maximize your haste. You want your W to be a low enough CD as well that you can use it on every single one of her trades.
There is a monster in all of us.
Enjoy, bro. She's basing. She didn't go TP in this matchup, so. Saw Jarvan on top, so I get a free plate here. Wow, Gwen TP'd behind. Buffer your Q on her always when you know she's gonna take the dagger. Nice.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh my god, I missed that. Doesn't matter. Dude, how am I missing all these minions? Ah. Jarvan is balanced. Wow. Why is the Ashe mid? What? I still gap anyways, but why is the Jarvan there? He took his entire topset already. He couldn't even invade us. I'm just confused. What the fuck is going on this game? Yo, there's a Gwen behind you, bro. I'm just gonna play to zone this, yeah. What my Q? My Q didn't go off. Alright, we'll have to go lane versus Gwen. It should be fine. One plate.
I shall leave this place in ruin.
My team does nothing. I slowly win this game for us. They're doing something. I'm not sure why. Okay. I made them disengage. Nice. What, Katarina? Why can't I click? Nuts. Coming. Wow. Okay. What? That Jarvan flag was making me backstep. But even if he does, he doesn't have ult, so I should be fine. Let me FF. I would have killed him too. Dude. Well, yeah, I mean, I love playing Vladimir into Katarina. It's the freest matchup ever for Vlad. There's literally no way for you to lose 1v1. You'll always go up so much CS if you know the matchup, and then you just free scale. Like I love playing Vladimir. Look, my damage 15k. But yeah, when I verse Katarina, dude, don't get me wrong. You can pick anything into this champion, right? But obviously there's like some things that are just like a lot better than others. Like I've said on countless occasions, you can play Yuumi into Katarina and you'll win. That's how easy the matchup is 1v1 versus Katarina, right? Like every champion in the game beats it, but obviously some are going to be a lot better. So if you play a champion like this, like Vladimir, where you free scale, like you want to scale obviously when you're playing Vladimir, right? When you verse Katarina, you can hard win. And I didn't even get so I still showcased me hard winning with this kind of setup. If I wasn't versing like Gwen, Jarvan, Alistar, I wouldn't have went Airy Ghost. Guys, I would have went Electrocute with Ignite Ghost, and I would have solo killed him at level 4. I'm not kidding. Level 4, I would have solo killed him. Veigar doesn't beat Katarina. My Veigar does. Veigar V2's Veigar does. If we can beat Katarina with Veigar, then it's a good matchup for Veigar, no? Or am I wrong? If one person can win the matchup on the other side, then it's a good matchup for them, not for Katarina. Because the bad matchups, nobody can win from Katarina, you know? Like, if you put Yasuo one trick versus Katarina one trick, the Katarina will always lose. 100 out of 100 times in a 1v1 situation, the Katarina always loses. If you put a Veigar one trick versus a Katarina one trick, same thing. The Katarina will never solo kill the Veigar 1v1. The matchup is only technically good once you think about jungle matchup, where it's harder for the Veigar to want to walk up. But if Veigar can walk up, he can win the lane. If you're playing Veigar into Katarina Jarvan or Katarina Rek'Sai, yeah, it's probably not going to be good for Veigar, right? So you're going to die every single time you walk up. But if you're playing Veigar versus Katarina fucking, what's a good example? Katarina Morgana or Katarina Zyra or something, you're probably fine to walk up in the early game and win, or just free scale. Most of the matchups that are technically good for you when you're playing Katarina, they're not good matchups. It's maybe they have a little bit less pressure on you because of what your team comp could potentially be, which then will allow you to get more farm and roam more. That into ASOL is fun. We might have different definitions of fun if you think that, brother. That matchup is not fun. If you're versing good Aurelion Sol, you lose. Like, for example, always plan ahead will never lose to Katarina, which means it's a good ASOL matchup. That's like my take on cat matchups, you know? I always hate looking at like the win rates, and then people in my chat tell me like, this matchup's good. It's like, when in my experience, it's just really not. Because it's not the champion that beats Katarina, it's the player. So like, regardless of what the win rate of the matchup says, if it's Challenger Katarina versus Challenger Champ, Challenger X Champ, whatever it is, if the enemy is good, you're not going to win.